Hey, what's up, Coach? Duncan here from the Americans First Political Party. I wanted to come to you tonight. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about this American subversion. How did America become subverted? So sit back, enjoy, get people involved, let people know that we're live, and I hope you guys enjoy the message. So, America was always subverted. In many cases, um, historically speaking, it dates back to the Skull and Bones in Yale University, and that was like pre 1900. The Skull and Bones, if you don't know, is a secret organization that has literally placed every president, except for maybe Trump, into office. Okay, they're an organization that took a selective few people and turned them into big business tycoons, lawyers, judges, politicians. And it's all done by certain favors. Big money, big business, big deals, big favors. Okay, so now you got these institutions that are creating politicians. Now they're creating lawyers, or at this point they're creating business tycoons, railroad tycoons, and such. But then come the 1920s, 20s and 30s, uh, the communist subversion happened in America. And this is literally where the Communist Party popped up in America. And this was a real life political party that popped up. Um, During this time, it recruited a lot of young college kids. The, the communist movement found its way into these um, skull and bone, into these secret societies, into these colleges. So then what happens is now these secret societies are not only teaching um, businesses, but they're getting into laws and different political aspects of it. So the next thing you know, so then the next thing you know is you get this concept of the Lawyers Guild that is created from the communist subversion. Many of the lawyers, many of these kids get together, the lawyers get together, they create this club to literally ruin McCarthyism. Um, McCarthyism is literally considered much like racism of the day. And it was Americans that were fearful of communist ruling in America so that they did everything they can to stop this party from happening. Well, McCarthyism became a problem. Much of the liberal left and the Democratic Party, as well as some of the rhinos, decided that it was not politically correct, and therefore they reversed it, and then it became McCarthyism. And this is the simple idea that it's okay to push communism and and socialism into America. But these lawyer guilds started creating judges, started creating lawyers, politicians. So now you have these secret societies that are creating not only business tycoons, but they're creating lawyers, judges, cops, uh, presidents. Now, before you know it, these secret societies or the people running them now have their hand in everything. Now, the next form of subversion in America happens roughly around 1950. Let's just say 55. And many of you know this in Vietnam. And the reason I use Vietnam as a subversion in America is because one, it was the very first war that we put reporters on the front line, and the reporters got to film every murder, every death, every shooting that our GIs did. And they weren't filming good stuff. They were filming the horrific views of Vietnam. And they painted our soldiers out to be awful, inhumane people. So when our soldiers came home, they were spit on, they were treated like crap. There were signs that held up called baby murderers because one of the tactics the Vietnamese would use is they'd put a hand grenade in the diaper of the baby and then make the baby walk towards the platoon of GIs. And either the GIs have to shoot the baby or the grenade goes off and kills the whole platoon. These are real life things that happen. But see, the reporters didn't report it. The reporters filmed it, and they filmed the images of this. And those images were then given to the media here at home, and they were put in front of all the new TVs that were pumped to us by the big businesses. And all these new TVs painted our GIs out to be awful, awful people. At the same time, we look at some of the things that passed politically during Vietnam. You know, Roe versus Wade was one of them, and that's a whole other subject. But keep in mind that when Roe versus Wade passed, the majority of our men were fighting in Vietnam, and the majority of our men were being filmed shooting young infants, shooting babies and toddlers. So when they get home and our people are holding up signs calling them baby murderers, just keep in mind that they had no choice, but they were painted out to be inhumane. So, in a form of subversion, the the higher entities literally created a diversion in America, and they got all of these Americans to believe, or the vast majority of Americans to believe, that the Vietnam War was wrong. It was inhumane. We were murdering these innocent people, and our GIs were to blame. So, in a sense, when you look at some of the political things that came from Vietnam or around that time frame, Vietnam was literally used in many, many different political standards and aspects. So it was a form of subversion. Okay, that's the big thing to remember. Now, after this, after Vietnam, I'm going to take it one step farther, and I'm going to call it the Mexican subversion. Because what happens was Jimmy Carter decided to open up the borders, decided to have more trade with Mexico. He decided to allow our industries to get shipped to Mexico, all of which time we imported illegal guns, drugs, and many other things. And this was something that happened during the Carter administration. This led to Reagan wanting to boost a bunch of money into the war on drugs, and it opened the door. So I call this the Mexican subversion because literally Mexico comes walking in our door, and we, the people, are subverted into believing that we need to give them everything. We need to bend over backwards to ensure them. We need to make sure that we're treated like third class citizens in our own country, all at the apparel of the undocumented. So, in a sense, the American people are once again subverted. And then when you think of all the political aspects of that, like all the illegal votes, the sanctuary, all the politicians that are padded by the liberal, undocumented, fraudulent votes, this is all part of the scheme. So once again, there's a population of Americans that are led to believe that we should have open borders. They're led to believe that we should allow any Tom, Dick, and Harry to come over our borders, eat our food, rape our women, and do whatever they want. Okay? There's a vast majority of humans, of Americans, that think this is okay. They're subverted into this. But it doesn't end there. So let me tell you, the next phase is the Islamic subversion of America. And make no mistake, when those Twin Towers went down, America had a reason to go into the Middle East. America had a reason to start wars. They had a reason for refugees. They had a reason to bring refugees to America. It was a combination of Bush and his family member, Obama. They worked together in order to ensure the Islamic subversion in America. Now let's look around. What do we see? We see over 300 cities in America that are sanctuary cities. These cities house not only undocumented, but they also house so-called refugees. There's literally thousands upon maybe even millions of individuals that live within these 300 sanctuary cities that have no allegiance to America. They don't care about America. They've already broke our laws and they don't really care about our system. They don't care about our judicial system. They don't care about our economy. They don't care about anything except coming here and doing what? You see, many people say, well, our fruit won't get picked if it wasn't for them. Well, I'm sorry, people, but this is 2019. We have machines that can go pick fruit. We have machines that can do that work. We don't need to allow illegal immigration just so our oranges get picked. Okay, this is ridiculous. So when you think about the subversion in America, you think about all the people that are led to believe in a certain way. And it dates back. It dates back. And the word subversion is simple. It means that we, the people, are led astray. We're led to believe things that aren't American. We're led to believe in things that aren't American. We're led to follow people who don't believe in America. We're led to give up our rights, our money, and to turn our backs on our country. We're led to believe that this is okay. We're led to believe that America shouldn't be the best country in the world. We're led to believe that we should somehow feel bad that our country is so great. We're led to believe that somehow we're victims because we're better than other countries because we're not a third world country. They 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 want this idea of globalism. Here's the problem with globalism. Go ask North Korea, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Syria, Lebanon. Go ask any of those terroristic nations if any of them are interested in standing next to America. Ask them if any one of them are interested in taking a back seat and allowing all of us to be equal. I would love to see North Korea tell us that they're in the same shoes as America and that we're equal. I'd love to see that because it's been my experience that there's some nations in this world that aren't going to buy into globalization. They're not going to buy into peace because we're all friends and we all should get along. Okay, here's the problem. There's only one true path to peace on earth. And that true path is through superior firepower. Nobody comes picking fights with the guy with the biggest gun. And that's a fact. So the only way to ensure peace in some parts of this world is to ensure that we have the biggest, the baddest, and the most responsive and the most reasonable and rational military in the world. That means that we have the ability to step in and fight people's wars who can't fight their own. Because I'm a Spider-Man freak, and because I'm a Spider-Man freak, let me quote you. With great power comes great responsibility. And this is a true fact. We have the responsibility to police the world because we can. We have the responsibility to police the world because we're one of the only countries in the world that believes in peace and freedom and liberty. It's our jobs to ensure those ideals around the world. It's our job to ensure that third world countries don't get stepped on by supermajority powers. It's our job to make sure that whenever we can help, we do. And The only way that happens is by remaining the strongest and the most capable military in the world. So everywhere you're looking around, you see subversion all around us. You see the TV tells us to hate our president. The radio tells us to hate our politics. Everywhere you go, we're supposed to hate, 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 hate. Well, the truth is that's the most ridiculous thing ever. Nothing gets solved when everybody hates each other. Nothing gets solved because we're all brainwashed into believing that we should just fight each other. The Americans' First Political Party has a new way. We have a simple message. It's America versus them. It's us versus them. You can choose their side, but their side wants to watch America fall. Their side wants to watch the end of the American dream. They want to watch socialism take over our nation of capitalism. This will kill the American dream. That's them. They want to strip our rights. They want to take our guns. They want to promote things like abortion at the taxpayers' expense. So there's us, and then there's them. If you're an American, you love this country, you believe in this country, and you want to protect this country from falling in the hands of any tyrannistic government, then you need to step up. You need to join the American First Party, political party. You need to let everybody know that this government was designed for the people and by the people, and it will be that way again. Enough with the popular politics. Get together. It's time for real solutions to real problems. And right now, illegal immigration is a real problem. Right now, the liberal left, who's stripping our rights every day, is a real problem. The Republican rhinos, that's holding everything up, that's a real problem. And the Americans' First Political Party is the solution. So please subscribe to my channel, like my videos, share, comment, get involved. Join the party, because it's a matter of time before this country's either going to be saved or it's going to fall. And the question is, what side are you on? Thank you for watching. Have a great night. God bless. Duncan out.